Welcome to day 1 of Little Chef, where I teach you how to be a little chef. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a slurry. A slurry is a thickening agent. So have you ever had a soup or a sauce that's just way too thin and you need to thicken it up? Let's make a slurry. You'll need equal parts cornstarch or potato starch and water, and you'll add it into your sauce or soup. I'm using water just for an example. Make sure it reaches a boil because that's the only way it will thicken up. It will also get rid of this starchy taste. Welcome to day 2 of Little Chef, where I teach you how to become a little chef. Today, you're going to learn how to make a roux. A roux is another thickening agent, and it's simply equal parts fat and flour. You can use vegetable oil, olive oil, coconut oil, but my favorite is butter. It has the most flavor. So I put 2 tablespoons of butter. Guess how much flour we're going to add? You got it, 2 tablespoons. Look at that, learning already. The consistency you're looking for is like a wet sand texture. Right on the money. Make sure to cook your roux for about a minute to get out that raw flour taste. So with this white roux, I'm going to turn it into a bechamel sauce, one of our 5 mother sauces, which we'll learn about later. So add a little bit of milk at a time and make sure to whisk it really well. If you don't bring it to a simmer, it will not thicken. A classic bechamel has salt, white pepper, and nutmeg. Delicious. So we made a white roux for our bechamel, but there are many recipes that call for a blonde roux or a brown roux. To achieve this, you just add more heat. Note that the longer you cook your roux, the less thickening power. Welcome to day 3 of Little Chef, where I teach you how to become a little chef. Today we'll be learning about another way to thicken a sauce or soup with reduction. So as an example, I'll be making an eel sauce. You'll need equal parts sugar, rice vinegar, and soy sauce. Throw it on the heat and you're going to want to bring it up to a simmer. With reduction, we're trying to get rid of all of the water. So when you don't see steam anymore, there's no more water to evaporate. This is going to help concentrate the sauce. Just like how my Nana used to throw on a tomato sauce for hours on end. She was using reduction. You know it's done when it coats the back of a spoon. You can run your finger down and it keeps that line. Welcome to day 4 of Little Chef, where I teach you how to become a little chef. If you have a rusty, crusty cast iron pan, I'm going to teach you how to revive it. Grab some kosher salt. The coarser the grain, the better. This is going to act as an abrasive. Grab a little metal scrubby and put a tiny bit of water to make like a little salt paste. You're going to scrub down the whole entire pan, handle and all. Now we're going to need to get this bone dry. Water is the enemy for cast iron pans. If you just let this air dry, it will tend to rust. After the pan is completely dry, add a little bit of vegetable oil. And then just take a paper towel and wipe down the whole entire pan with a thin, even coating. And throw that bad boy back on the heat for about 3 minutes. And once you're done, it should look all nice and shiny. Welcome to day 5 of Little Chef, where I teach you how to become a little chef. Today, I'm going to teach you how to care for your pots and pans. Over time, you'll start to see black or brown residue start to accumulate on your pots, pans, baking sheets, and cake pans. The easiest way to get this off is with oven cleaner. I know this tea kettle doesn't look too bad, but that's because I do this on a regular basis. It was the dirtiest one I could find in my house. If your pan is really bad, you might have to repeat the process a couple of times. So you'll start off by spraying it down, let it sit for 15 to 30 minutes, and hose it down. There's no need to scrub, it will rinse right off. We are using a harsh chemical, so make sure to wash with soap and water after. And look at that, so shiny. Hope this helps. Welcome to day 6 of Little Chef, where I teach you how to become a little chef. Today, I'm going to show you how to get parchment paper to fit perfectly in your circular cake pans. Start off with a large piece of parchment paper, fold it in half, and in half again. Find the corner that's intact, put that corner in the center of the cake pan, and you'll use your cake pan as a guide when you cut. And look at that, perfectly sized parchment paper. Go out into the world and make a little cake, little chef. Hope this helps. Bye! Welcome to day 7 of Little Chef, where I teach you how to become a little chef. Today, I'm going to teach you the perfect ratio to make your own salad dressings at home. You'll need 3 parts of oil. You can use vegetable oil, sesame oil if you want to go with an Asian-style salad, olive oil, which is my favorite, or any oil you have in your pantry. So it's 3 parts of oil to 1 part of an acidic ingredient. This can come in the form of apple cider vinegar, balsamic vinegar, red wine vinegar, rice wine vinegar, or citrus fruits like lemon, limes, grapefruit, oranges. Now we need something that's going to hold our oil and acids together. We need an emulsifier. I typically use Dijon mustard, but you can use yellow mustard, whole grain mustard, or honey mustard. To balance out the harshness of the acid, we need a sweetener. You can use white sugar, light brown sugar, agave, maple syrup, whatever you have. Lastly, we'll need our seasonings. This is the part where you can get really creative with it. If you want to make a dressing for a taco salad, maybe you could put some cumin, chili powder, and some lime in there. The possibilities are endless. I'm just going to go with a classic balsamic vinaigrette. Start off with 3 parts of oil, 1 part acid, sweetener to balance it out, our emulsifier, I'm using whole grain mustard, season with salt and pepper, and I put in some parsley, basil, and garlic powder. Give it a mix, and you can see how well the mustard emulsifies this dressing. And always make sure to taste your food. If you want to make a creamy dressing, you can just add some mayonnaise or sour cream. If you think your dressing is too thick, you can always add some water to it. I added mayonnaise in mine and a splash of water, and there you go. Hope this helps. Are you still dicing your onions like this? Let me show you the right way. Welcome to day 8 of Little Chef, where I teach you how to become a little chef. I'm breaking out my new Kuma knife for this, and I just love it. First, I'll stabilize my cutting board with a wet cloth, and then I'm going to want to find the root of the onion. I don't want to cut the root, but I do want to cut the opposite side. Set it down on the flat surface, and then cut straight through the root. The root is where the onion bundles, so this will keep the onion together as we cut it. Peel off the outer layer, and then make cuts toward the root, leaving about 1/4 inch. The closer your slices are together, the smaller the dice. You can cut through the center of the onion, but you don't need to because it's naturally layered. It will just help prevent fraying. Now when you make slices the opposite way, you should come out into small dice pieces. No need to cry, I left a discount code for the Kuma knives below. Does it look like this when you cut tomatoes? Let me try to help you out. Welcome to day 9 of Little Chef, where I teach you how to become a little chef. And today, I'm going to teach you how to cut tomatoes. You're either going to need a really sharp chef's knife, like my awesome Kuma knife, there's a discount code below, or a serrated knife. The whole goal is to not smush the tomato. So to core the tomato, I'm just going to grip up on my knife, and then just make a circular cut around the core. And it should pop right out. Then cut it in half. Here's the first way to dice a tomato. Cut the tomato into even sheets, slice it one way, and then slice it the opposite way. And it should come out into small dice pieces. The second way is to de-seed the tomato. So cut the tomato into quarters, take your knife, and just run it along the base of the seeds. You can even just pull it out with your fingers. And then you'll be left with a little tomato petal. So same process, make slices one way, and then the opposite way. With this method, you'll have some cleaner cuts, and it'll just be more appealing to the eye. So there you go, that's how you dice a tomato. Hope this helps. Bye, Little Chef. Is it a complete mess when you cut up bell peppers? Let me show you how to do it the right way. Welcome to day 10 of Little Chef, where I teach you how to become a little chef. For the first method, you're going to cut off the top and the bottom, and then you'll just run your knife on the outside of the membrane and seeds. This keeps the seeds from going everywhere. So once you do that, you'll be left with something that looks like this. Break it down into smaller pieces, and cut out the white membrane. It's a little more bitter. I cut my bell peppers with the skin side down. The skin is a bit waxy, so your knife can tend to slip. So these are my julienne cuts, but if I want to dice it, I'll just slice it the opposite way. This first method is really clean looking. The only thing I don't like is the waste, but I'll still chop them up and use them. For the second method, you'll still keep the membrane and seeds intact, so just kind of curve your knife around the bell pepper. Make sure to cut off the bottom and any bits you have along the stem. If you want to make these cuts perfect, you can square off your edges. And that's how you dice a bell pepper. Bye, Little Chef.